What's going on, everybody? This is Take Action Tuesday. This is your host, K1 Conquest. Welcome to the show. Every single Tuesday, we are going to begin this new portion of a new segment by the brand of Life of Conquest. We're coming to you live with an audio presentation, a podcast, a Facebook Live audio of our new segment show, Take Action Tuesday. This is K1 Conquest here, and today we're going to talk all about different ways that you can take action. Take action in your goals. Take action towards your future. Take action in your business. Take action in your life, in your marriage, in your family, and in your situations. My name is K1 Conquest. I'm going to be the host of the show today. And I thank you guys so much for getting on here and listening to me as we talk. Some of you guys who have been following the brand Life of Conquest or myself, K1, for a little while now have probably witnessed, I think it was maybe last year when we first started putting out video content. I was very passionate about having a show, having a weekly segment that I called Take Action Tuesdays. Moving forward through that journey, beginning to put out more video content, the game switched up for us a little bit, and we started to produce some newer shows, some more shows that provided some tangible content that people could actually start applying in their day-to-day lives and businesses right away. As you guys know, I'm the host of a weekly show, Marketing Muscle, and also a weekly show, Black Belt Sales. But I wanted to get on and begin Take Action Tuesdays once again. And I decided to do it in a little bit of a unique way in this audio podcast type of situation. So what is Take Action Tuesday? What can you expect from us moving forward? And how is this going to help gear you up, fire you up, get you jacked up, get you motivated to go about the week with massive amounts of action? That's all that this show is going to be talking about, fellas. Fellas and chicks, girls and guys. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about how to implement certain ways, how to implement certain skill sets, how to come up with a regimen for yourself so that every single week you're taking the most amount of action possible. Now, these skills, these steps, these ideas, these tricks, these hacks that I'm going to be giving you are all based off of knowledge that I've consumed over the years. From my personal experiences to books that I've read to mentors that I work with, bringing it all together here for you just to basically share my knowledge, my expertise on what I do that works, okay? So when you hear the information that I give you on these weekly segments of Take Action Tuesday, and I don't know what time we're going to be doing this every week. This is the very first one. I was just sitting here with a few members of our staff, and I said, you know what we haven't done in a long time that I really, really love doing, because I love talking about how to take action. I love talking about the importance of not just dreaming, but making things actually happen, and how I can promote that and get it out there, get people fueled up with energy to make that happen, is by just simply talking about and giving you real skills. So I think I see so many people joining on right now. I just want to give a shout out to the first dozen people who's joined on. David, Uveda, Tyler, Teddy, Adam, good to see you here, sir. Mark, Lil Monster, Casey, Thomas, good to see you, sir. Nicole, Leah, Dawn, you guys are all awesome. I thank you guys for jumping on here. This is live, everybody, so it's super, super cool to see so many of you jumping in, tuning in for this first segment of Take Action Tuesday. So, before we get started, I just want to make a quick announcement that this show is presented and hosted by myself, K1 Conquest, and it is sponsored by Excess Energy Drinks, because you need that energy to be able to take massive action. I mean, who wouldn't agree with that? If you're going to take on 10x levels of action, if you're going to go full force in the direction of accomplishing your goals, then you're going to need a little boost of energy to get you through it. And let me tell you, there's no other energy drink like XS energy. If you're looking for that 10x levels of energy, you need to get you some excess energy. And to do that, you can contact our office, 586-574-5795. All right, so let's talk about action. Let's talk about what action is, what that means for you, what that means to how you can achieve your goals, and what you can do to constantly work towards pushing forward. All right. Some of you guys who've been following me for a while, I think you've heard me talk a lot about before about the 4 degrees of action. And this is a strategy. This is a knowledge that I took in from a book called the 10X Rule. Okay. Your differences between your success and failure. All right. This book was written by Grant Cardone, a multi-millionaire sales training expert and also a 5-time best-selling author who basically broke down the 4 degrees of action. And if you heard me talk about them before, I bring them up repeatedly because I think that this is the concept that people need to understand in order for them to begin to even understand what it means to operate in the level of massive action, why that is important. Okay, so I'm going to break those down for you, those 4 different degrees of action today. And then I'm going to give you some examples into what I've done in the past that related to one of those degrees, and also what I'm currently doing today to make sure that I'm staying within that 4th degree, which is the massive action level. All right, so let's talk about the 1st degree of action right now. The 1st degree of action is simply taking no action. Okay, it's the complete opposite of massive action. It is the level of where you fall into apathy, the level of where you retreat so much that you currently are doing nothing. You're not even running the hamster wheel. You literally have given up. You're in a almost depressed state. You're sitting there thinking that everything is over or you're not going to be able to be successful. So you just don't pick up the phone. You just don't send that message. You just don't get out into the community and meet new people. It is the defeatist attitude to where you are not putting in any work to move forward. Now, while I'm saying this, you're probably thinking like that is a sad place to be. And thankfully, I'm not in that predicament. And if that's you, I'm glad to hear that from you. Because to be in that level, to be in that 1st degree of action, which is no action, which is apathy, which is no movement at all, no momentum generating from the source, is not the place you want to be. Absolutely not the place you want to be. In fact, you may even find that most people are not in this level of action, this degree of action, thankfully, because this would literally be a person sitting in bed, not getting up in the morning, not getting up in the afternoon even, and not taking steps forward. Now, I know there's some people out there that are in this situation. And if you are in this situation, I encourage you, I push you, I tell you, I motivate you to get up today and do something. The only way to break out of this feeling, I've been there myself, I know what it's like, I know what it feels like to have to wake up in the morning and not have a mission, not have a goal, not have a plan in mind on what's going to happen. And by doing this so many times every single day, and I know that things have happened before, and I know that there are situations out of your control right now that you may not feel or see the vision of how you will push through. But I tell you this, you will not push through if you don't get up right now, you don't get up today and do something. You have to just do something. By doing that something, you're going to perpetuate this momentum that you'll build, and then things will begin to start flowing and ironing out. Now, it's a long journey ahead, but it starts with taking action at something. All right, so that 1st degree of action is not the place you want to be. It is the place you want to run from as fast as you can. But if you are there, there is a way out, and that way is to just get up and do something. You know, I was watching a video a couple weeks back, and I love this new concept that I've started applying into my own life. And it was, when you get up in the morning, the first thing that you should do is simply make your bed. Now, let me tell you, I am not a bed maker. I've never been a bed maker. My parents have always yelled at me since I was a teenager and younger to make my bed. But to understand this new concept coming from a new voice, to saying the most important thing you could do, the first thing to do in the morning is to make your bed, it really opened up an idea for me to implement that. Because if you can do something so simple as that, and you can do it to completion, that sets a precedent in your mind so that you're able to do other tasks that come your way along the day. So do something to start your day off right. Take action immediately as you can, and you will begin to build that momentum for success throughout your day. So let's jump to the second degree of action now, okay? The second degree of action, remember there are 4. The second degree of action is to actually apply something, to begin to move forward. All right, so let's take that idea of just simply making the bed. Okay, I want to build this up for if there's anybody who just literally like massive action. Oh my God, I can't go to that level. I am not even doing anything regular. Let's take that to move forward with this idea. Okay, so let's say making the bed. You make this commitment to do so. The second degree of action is to take a level of action, but then to retreat it, then to back away, then to stop, then to give up. So you get up, you get on your feet, you say, you know what, this day is going to be a great day and I'm going to make my bed to start it off. And you begin to make the bed. But then somewhere along the making of the bed, you say, oh, this is so dumb. This is annoying. Why do I have to do this? And you make it halfway and you don't finish it. That falls into what we call the second degree of action. You've made an attempt. You said you were going to do it, but then you retreated. Then you didn't finish it. You didn't complete the task. You know, this happens a lot, and especially with entrepreneurs and with people who are running their own business, because sometimes you don't have a boss above you. You don't have someone guiding or someone for you to be held accountable with. Okay, this can also happen in relationships sometimes when maybe you are the leader of the household. So, you know, you may have your partner there, but maybe they're not holding you accountable enough for your own actions. So you say you're going to do something, but then you may not follow through with it. And eventually it causes some heartache or some issues. You got to hold yourself accountable, and you have to steer away and understand that this is a degree of action, and it is called the retreating mode. It is called being able to say you're going to do it, but then retreat backwards. And this is a bad area to be in, okay? Because now this fact is almost as worse as not doing it at all, because you've told people you're doing it. You've told yourself you're going to do it. You started to do it, and now it is not completed. The task is not done. The project has not been finished. And it's almost better to never have started it at all than to begin to do something and have an incomplete project at hand. So I want you to focus on running away as fast as you can from the first and second degrees of action, which is 1, no action at all, and 2, putting in a little effort, but then pulling back and retreating away from it. Now let's go to the third degree of action, okay? Because I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time, and I know that your time is very, very precious. So I don't know how long we're going to keep these episodes, but I just want to break down these 4 degrees of action for you today. Let's talk about the third degree of action. This level of action is the most common. This is probably what most of you out there are doing on a day-to-day. This is what most of society is out there doing on a day-to-day. Let's talk about how many times do you call a business? How many times do you call on somebody and maybe, you know, the phone is ringing, you know they're in business, but maybe they don't answer, or they answer the phone, but they're not really enthusiastic, you know? How often does that happen? You see, they're doing the work. They've shown up. They're making things happen, but they're not putting forth full effort, 110%. This is called the normal degree of action. And I want to tell you, while majority of people do this, while most people activate in this degree, this is not the place that you want to be. This is not the place that you want to put your focus on, not the place where you want to be able to push forward for high levels of success. Because in this level, in the third degree of action, which is normal amount of action, you are simply being an average player. If you were going to be in a sports team, do you want to be the regular average Joe out there on the team who's just there as a body? Or do you want to be the one who is the all-star quarterback, the all-star player? You want to be the one who gets the light shined on you and say, yes, it's because of you that you are the MVP of the year. That's what you want to search for. That's what you can push towards. So by operating in the third degree, which is normal amount of action, this is just getting up when you're supposed to get up. If you set your alarm clock in the morning, you get up at the time you say you're going to get up. That's not an achievement. That's being average. Just doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? Let's say you say you're going to make your bed, so then you make the bed and then you move on and you do your day to day. You just roll through your process. You roll through your schedule. You roll through the timeline you've created for yourself. You roll through your marriage. You roll through your family. You roll through all these situations and you're just kind of in autopilot mode, wishing that you didn't really have to be doing these things, but you're going to do them anyway because you're committed to your success. So this degree is where you definitely are committed, but maybe you don't know what you can do to bump it up. Maybe you aren't certain on which ways you can take to push forward. Maybe you have never heard of an opportunity, a chance to boost forward with 10x levels of action. Maybe you've been watching so many average people for so long, you think that average behavior is going to lead you to the promised land. But I tell you this, only those who have pushed forward with the fourth degree of action, only those who have made themselves majorly known, had grabbed the biggest audiences, are the people who are truly succeeding today. Let's talk about just a few of those people who have shifted from average, normal level of action to the fourth degree of action. And that fourth degree of action, if you haven't caught on yet, is massive levels of action. Okay? 10x levels of action, pushing forward massively into the direction of your goals. Let's talk about some people that we know at the top of our head who have done these great works to be able to change, shift, and bring together a new culture in our world, in our society, and as people. We're talking about people like Martin Luther King, Bruce Lee, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Beyonce. We're talking about people who have stood up and above the crowd, even our president, Donald Trump. People who have stood out, made themselves known, and has done every and anything possible to achieve success. That is the level of action that you want to take. Now, do you have to agree with the way that they've done it? Do you have to agree with the road that they've taken? Do you have to agree with the exact system that they've used to accomplish it? Absolutely not. But what you can't not deny is that they moved forward with massive levels of action. They didn't just move forward slowly. They didn't just do the average thing. The singers that I listed didn't just drop an EP or an album here and there. They did multiple things massively. They went at things and they attacked them from all different angles. Okay, let's talk about Michael Jackson or Beyonce or one of those great superstars. You see, they didn't just drop a CD and wish for the best. They dropped a CD, they dropped a video, they dropped a new type of video. They came out with world tours. They were in commercials. They were on the radio. They were any and everywhere that they needed to be in order to break through the noise and get known in their industries, in the marketplace that they were marketing to. This is how you get through. This is how you push forward. This is how you begin to not just be that average Joe player, but now get known as the quarterback, get known as the all-star team member, the MVP of the year. Let's look at sports. We had Tom Brady as a quarterback. We got Steph Curry last year, I believe, winning the MVP. Those things were done because of their effort, their ability to push through, to get known, to work hard, to train hard, to practice hard. Those things are so super important. I can't tell you. So now that I've broken down those 4 degrees of action for you, you understand you want to run from the first degree, which is no action. You want to run from the second degree, which is that retreat mode, which will lead you back to no action. You want to run from being the average player, because once you become average and something goes wrong, you're going to begin to retreat, and then eventually you're going to sit in your bed and not want to get up the next day. Stay focused on being the most powerful, fast speed action taker that you can be. Take action on everything that you come up with. If you write down a to-do list for today, that to-do list for today should not go over into tomorrow. Make that to-do list a today list. Get things done when they should be done, in the moment of heat, in the moment of excitement, in the moment when that momentum is high. Don't write them down and put them off for later. Write them down and get them accomplished today. Do whatever it takes to get them accomplished today. You go at every single day with this attitude. For 1, you're going to be excited. For 2, you're going to be energized. For 3, you're actually going to begin to get things done. And for 4, it's going to build so many more connections out there that you didn't even realize imaginable. I mean, imagine if I sent out 6 to 20 emails today to new contacts, just talking about them and talking about, just sharing dialogue with that. If I went on social media and I did the same thing to another 10 to 20 people, and then I also picked up the phone and I made new connections with another 10 to 20 people, that's 60 people just on 3 different platforms that I can contact today for various different reasons. Do you think that the momentum built from that is going to lead me back to apathy? I think absolutely not. I would not even have time to sit there in the morning to say, oh, what am I doing? What do I want to do today? Because I have now made myself so busy, so enthralled with so many different networks of people that I have to get up, because now it's not just about me. It's about servicing those people that I've opened up my connections to. And so that, I think, is so important for anybody. Like I said, even if you don't know what you want to do, you don't know where you're going, you don't know where you are right now, open up your chains of communication. Get in action mode and begin doing something. Just call old friends and begin talking. Call people that you know and begin talking. This will get the wheels spinning. This will get the juices flowing. And this will lead you to opportunities that you may not even have thought of. I mean, if you don't know what you're going to be doing, then you need to take any opportunity that sounds nice to you. So make the calls. Get up. Send some messages. Take action today to secure your future. Now, I want you to do 1 or 2 things today. Okay, no matter what state you're currently in, no matter where you currently are, maybe you're sitting in bed trying to figure out how to get up for the day, maybe you're in mid-work on a lunch break and you're thinking about how you can get more work done this week because it's going to be a short week and you didn't get the Monday, so you already only got 4 days to hit your quotas. Listen to me very closely. You need to do 1 of 2, if not both of these things, okay? The first thing that you need to do is you need to begin to create a clear vision for yourself. Create a clear vision on where you want to go. This could be a vision for the week. This could be a vision for the month. This could be a vision for your life. But you need to create a clear vision. So if you're freaking out because it's only 4 days this week and you don't know how you're going to make that quota because usually you do 10 on Monday and you didn't get that Monday, hey, stop freaking out. Stop worrying about things that aren't true, okay? So yes, Monday is gone. You're here now on Tuesday. But it is not true that you can't make that quota by Friday. It will only become true if you create that vision for yourself. Rewrite your vision. Sit down with a pen and a paper and write out, I will make this much by the end of the week. I will hit this quota by the end of the week. Visualize yourself doing that. If you are looking to go out on a nice date with your partner by this weekend, write it out. Write out where you're going to take them. Write out what you're going to be doing. Write out what you're going to order, what nice bottle of wine you're going to maybe purchase. All right? Write those goals out. Write out, this month is going to be the best month for me because I will do A, B, and C. Write these things out. Get these things down on paper, visualizing in your mind so that you know exactly what you're going to be doing moving forward. I can't tell you enough how powerful this simple process of writing your goals out can actually be. This can truly be the determination between your failure and your success. Moving forward with 10x action on these goals, moving forward on the daily to-do list that you have is truly the difference between your failure and your success. So the next step, all right, I want you to understand that. And I want you to know I write out my goals every single day. Every single day, twice a day, I write out my goals. I write them out every morning when I wake up. I think the morning is the most important time to do this. And you can get a legal pad, you can get a notebook, you get a scrap piece of paper. You can use your phone if you want. I think there's something more powerful than writing it with pen to paper. But hey, if you're a tech guy, you're a tech girl, and you want to write it out in your phone notes, Evernote, by all means, okay? Just write them out. Begin to tell yourself, remind yourself, saturate your mind with your goals, and then move forward towards them. Now, the next thing that I want you to do, and I do that every morning, and I do it every night. If you miss a night, that's okay, but at least start your day off right. Start your day off by doing that. That's a great way to take action every single day, to push yourself forward every single day because you wrote your goals out. Now, what I want you to also do is every evening, I want you to write down your tomorrow's to-day list. Now, remind you, I didn't say to-do list. I want you to write out tomorrow's today list. Write out the things that you will do in that next day. Things that must get accomplished in that next day. Write them out, list form. And then the next day, when you write those goals out and you're thinking big and you're thinking about how much money you're going to make this month or how much you're going to push forward this year or where you're going to be by next year, when you're thinking about that and you're thinking grand, and then you see your today list and you see the list, now you know you have purpose, you have a reason, you have a vision on why you will accomplish those things today, and you will have now motivated yourself to accomplish them, to succeed, to move forward in that fourth degree of action, which is massive levels of action. Okay, so I want you to go out there and really begin to dominate your sector, dominate your industry, dominate your area with what it is you do. Whether you run a business, whether you run a charity, whether you're a school teacher, maybe you're a music teacher, maybe you're a dance instructor, maybe you're just a volunteer, maybe you're a parent. No matter what you do, I want you to go out there and I want you to do it the absolute best this week. I want you to be obsessed with who you are and what you represent. Don't just be that average person. Don't just operate at the third degree of normal action. Certainly never retreat, and definitely don't ever fall into the level of apathy where you accomplish nothing. Move forward, press hard, push with veracity forward, with a vision, with a goal, and with a path of success. And that is the way, my friends, to take action every single week, every single day, and every single moment that comes into your existence. I wish you guys all the best. My name is K1 Conquest. I thank you so much for listening to this segment of Take Action Tuesdays. This will start happening every single Tuesday in this audio podcast-like way. I think this was pretty cool to do this. And I thank you guys for listening today. This episode, this segment is sponsored by Excess Energy. Because if you want to move forward with massive levels of action, you want to 10x the game, then you need to make sure that you have the right amount of energy to get through it. And Excess Energy, an all natural, zero sugar, low carb and low calorie energy drink is the perfect drink for you to move forward with 10x levels of action. So get you a case of excess energy today. Call our office 586-574-5795 and go out this week taking massive levels of action. I wish you all the best and success, and above all else, I want you to stay great.